So here's the breakdown. The reason why there are more TIE fighters per player than there are X-Wings is the TIE fighters are fast maneuverable. They do not have any shields, and they have one less hit point. So you're spending more to play the same amount.
Gotcha.
X-Wings are a little slower, a little less maneuverable, but they have shields, 2 of them as a matter of fact, and they have 4 hit points. Now, something to keep in mind as far as strategy is concerned, X-Wings want to stay close to their leader. If they stay within 1 distance of their leader, they get a bonus attack die to roll with when it's time to attack. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, the way action is going to work, the action works in 2 phases, movement phase and battle phase. Movement phase is started by choosing a movement on this dial that corresponds with these movement tiles. You'll see like there's a soft 2 turn, there's a hard 2, there's straight 5s, there's Immerman 5s, there's barrel rolls and straight 1s, things like this. So you want to work as a team to coordinate your movement. And you can, as a team, you can, hold on, I'm going to go this way, you're going to go that way, all right. We're going to go here. You guys are going to want to do that pretty strong because it really doesn't matter which way they go, they just outnumber you. They can go everywhere and then you're kind of in trouble. So you're going to want to coordinate your attack.
Is this the arc of fire that?
Yes, yes. The triangle on your base indicates first that you're going forward, and that's your arc of fire. When you measure your fire, it's going to be between the 2 lines, and you're going to measure from the edge of the base to the other edge of the base. Now, we're all going to choose a movement simultaneously, and when we're done choosing a movement, we're going to put it face down next to our ships. And I'm going to move all the ships a little bit closer in so we start the action a little faster. All right. So you're going to want to do that now. So pick an action just for demo's sake. We're going to do...
You told us to conspire. We did that already. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to do... Fine, I'm going to do a freaking Immerman. Just because I know you're probably not going to do it. I'm going to do a 5 Immerman. I'm going to lay this 5 out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to match the white pip on the end of the movement tile to the white pip on the front of my stand. I'm going to hold the movement tile down and take my figurine.
So it's not bow to bow, it's bow to stern.
That's right.
Okay.
And then I match the white pip on the back end of my ship and match it to the corresponding white pip at the end of the movement. And that is a successful movement, although an Immerman is like that. And then instantly everyone behind him can shoot him. And he does nothing. You're not really going to do that, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be okay with it.
No. No. Don't let him... He wants to shoot you. He's already chosen you as his primary target. All right, grudge time. All right, so everyone pick your actions. When you have successfully picked your actions, when everyone has, we'll flip them over. Now you'll notice on your character sheet here, there is a little portrait of your pilot in the upper right-hand corner. There's also a gold number in the corner. That denotes your initiative. Now, in the movement phase, we go low initiative to high, 1 through 9. So 1 is going to move his action first. You're going to do a straight 4.
Now, if you're setting up a scenario with this game, is it, the initiative is just based on the model numbers?
The initiative is based somewhat on what stats we've chosen for specific archetypes or specific pilots.
All right.
So the way we describe initiative is the low initiatives or the lower initiatives are the rookie pilots. They're the fresh meat. The high, they're quick to move in and they're quick to act. The high initiatives will move last, but fire first, because we're going to reverse initiative during the attack phase. They're the ones that hang back, let the newbies get in, and they're like, oh, I'm going to target you and you.
Okay, so we're plotting simultaneous movement, executing simultaneous movement, but firing is going to be based on an initiative. And so if I've got a higher initiative, he doesn't have an opportunity to fire back if I get rid of stuff ahead of time.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And we thought thematically that was a great way to explain it.
So initiative doesn't really have anything to do with movement.
It does in that we start low and go high.
Right.
But we all, it's just
But it's
the order,
simultaneous.
it's so we're not all just doing it at once.
Yes, that's right.
Get confusing.
All right, 2. Initiative 2.
Me. Okay, so moving forward 3. I'm assuming I use the 3.
Yep.
White hit. To white hit. Card came off.
3.
Yes. So I need that.
Soft 3.
What are you guys looking at for a release date?
We don't have a specific date yet. It's going to be next year. This is still the very initial research and development stage. So you are our playtesters.
Yeah. Which is
Straight
what I
2.
assume.
Yep. 4.
Straight 2.
Straight 2. Conservative. Most likely it's going to be 1 X-Wing and 2 TIE fighters. But based on some of the data we collect from these game experiences, that may change. It may be 2 X-Wing and 4. It may be 1 and 1. Although 1 and 1 doesn't quite seem fair because that means the TIE fighter is there's less power. But then we may be altering some of the TIE fighter's abilities.
The mechanic, yeah.
4 and 5, you just went. 6. 7? 7?
Oh, that's me, sorry.
Yep. No, you're fine. That's 8. 9.
So,
Short.
That's a
2.
range.
are there any plans for any other ships aside from TIE fighters and X-Wings?
Is there a short 2?
Straight short two, right?
How do you expect other ships to release?
There will most likely be Millennium Falcon. There will most likely be Slave 1. You can expect all the smaller ones.
B-Wings.
Yep.
Yep.
Are you designing this with the opportunity to leave room for expansion?
Oh yes. That's what Fantasy Flight is kind of known for is, hey, you can do infinite expansions on our games. That's definitely what we want to leave it open to. Okay.
All right, so I was the last guy who moved.
You're the last guy who moved.
Are
Okay.
collisions possible?
Collisions are possible. And when those happen, those will become more popular once we all start getting in. I'll explain how they work.
Obviously they have.
They have happened. They have a collision of one guy's elbow with a TIE fighter. All right, I'm going to measure some things out of range.
It's base to base.
It is base to base. So we do have a combat here. So I will explain what happens next. Well, I have to explain a list of actions first. You guys can reference this on this side and follow along with me with the bullet points on the right. Your actions. You can perform one of these actions on the right per movement turn. Those actions include, if you're an X-Wing, use an astromech ability. This X-Wing over here has an astromech. He can use it to help repair damage to his ship. X-Wings can also perform something called an acquiring a target lock. Now let's say this X-Wing here wants to acquire a target lock as his action for this turn. What he can do is he'll put a green marker on his ship, a red marker on the ship he wants to target lock, and what that does is when this X-Wing engages this TIE fighter in a battle, starts firing at him, he can re-roll any missed die or any die he wishes to. And he can do it once. So he lets you roll a die and you're like, oh, I don't like that, I want to re-roll all of them. Or I want to re-roll 2. You can do that. And that's how you spend that lock.
And the lock is used up after you re-roll.
The lock is used up after you roll it. But you can choose to do it your next turn.
So when you choose the target lock, are you restricted from
You are not restricted from targeting other ships. You're
So
just,
even though this guy is way out, not like
he could still fire on it, but he's not going to gain the benefit of re-rolling on that ship. You can only target lock one opponent. You can engage many.
well, that wasn't my question. Are you limited from target locking stuff within your triangle?
No,
side?
no.
Okay.
I could target lock this guy way out here if I wanted to.
Okay.
I see him.
And I just can't execute it until I get.
You get
So
within
it's like your computer's like checking it.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
this guy's behind you.
You can switch target lock, but you do that as another action your next turn. TIE fighters can do something called a barrel roll, and this will save them from collisions. This will also help them get out of range from attackers or put them in range of defenders. And a barrel roll works something like this. I take this piece and I put it at any elevation along the side of the stand. I say any because you can do a special maneuver. I can put it towards the back, and then I take my ship and I put it towards the front, and I backed off a little bit. It could put you just out of range of someone firing on you, or it could help you move into position better to fire on somebody else. So that's a barrel roll. You could also use an evasive maneuver, and it is an adverse effect to the targeting lock. TIE fighters can declare evasive maneuver, and when they are rolling defense die, if they roll any zeros, they can re-roll
Everything or one?
any of their dice if they wish. Then both factions can do something called a focus. A focus works this way. If you'll notice, underneath your character portrait there are two numbers, a red and a green. These correspond with attacking and defense numbers on the left side of the board. Now, you'll see on these character cards, some have a 1, some have a 0, some have a 1 and a 1, a 0 and a 1, a 0 and a 1, a 1 and a 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. Those, if you declare a focus and then decide to spend it, you can augment either your attack or your defense based on what the corresponding color number value is. So let's say you want to focus, and you can only spend it on an attack because it's corresponding with 1. You can add an additional attack die to your attack of normally 2, so you'll be rolling 3 instead of 2 that round.
Okay.
Let's say you're under hot fire, and you think or you believe you're going to be attacked pretty frequently. You can put a focus on your ship and declare it as a defense focus, so when you need to defend, you can add an extra die to your defense roll. That's how focuses work.
So he has to say it when he puts it on the ship?
Yes, and we're all going to do our actions right now.
Okay.
He doesn't have to declare if he's doing an offensive or offensive right now.
Okay.
He'll decide that when he's pitched in battle.
So this is still the move phase, or
This is still the move phase. You declare actions during your move phase. So we have a fight brewing here. We have 8 and we have 6 that are within firing range. Everyone else, I think we can agree, they are outside the firing ranges. Firing range is the length of this bar.
So my firing is barely inside his. If I draw a line from my fire arc here, I am running out something like that, right? So do I have to touch any piece of his base for the fire?
You have to touch from the end.
Yeah, I'm not in his fire arc.
He's not in your fire arc.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
So let's just say that, I pulled your finger there, right there. I mean, I'll move this back, but
Yes.
let's say it was like this. So how much of the base do I need to have within my firing?
You can get any part of the base Any part of the base you can target. Any part of the base you can
So
touch.
as long as any part of the base is within the firing arc, you're good. It doesn't
Yes.
have to be like to the pip or something.
No.
Okay.
No. So you just have to make sure the angle is correct.